1:30, 2024, and here we are. Okay, where to start? That's a good place to start right there. Take that cover off. It's dirt in my mouth. Take these 4 bolts out because they're inside the house and the air filter. Gonna unplug. Just kind of wiggled the sensor out of the air horn that goes there. There's your box. There's the filter, and there's your modified air horn. Now, if you want to go swimming in water, I'd advise you to modify the air horn so that you don't suck water down from way low into your engines. Then you get to take the battery out. That's my battery hold down. Countrified. There is 2 nuts, 2 bolts. Take your strap, and there's a bolt right here. So that's this bolt, that nut, and that bolt right there. And you get your tray out. And then you take a cotter key tool or whatever you got. I prefer a cotter key tool. Got something bend on it. They make all kinds of them. Work these up, and if they got clips on them, well, you gotta take those clips off. You'll need 3/4, 5/16. If you need any hose work, I haven't used it yet. 10mm. 7/16 for my battery. That's because it's got modified. You got 1/2 inch, 13/16, 18mm impact gun, smaller 1/4 inch drive. You're going to need this screwdriver to spread your brake pads. You're going to need wire cutters to remove your cotter keys, and pliers to straighten them back out again so that you can put your cotter keys back in. I'm doing it as fast as I can, guys. Not the fastest person in the world. You're going to take those calipers off. You see this little hanger I got right here? It's just a hook. It's an S hook. That's all it is. Stick it in that hole. You have to pull that plug out there to use that. Right there. Take your nuts off of that. Take your nut off of your ball joint bolt. And we ain't got to it yet. What we're going to do is we're going to knock these bolts out. Knock that ball joint bolt out. And there is a groove in the post that comes up on that ball joint. That groove's got to be lined up to reassemble. That bolt won't go in there if that groove's not in the right spot. You got to get it in there where you can slide the bolt in, because it ain't going to go in if you don't have the slot or the half circle of the ball joint stud sticking where you can slide that bolt back in. And since this is a non-changeable, you cannot change the camber on this car here more than not much. Once you get the bolts loose, you just knock them out. They're usually kind of press fitted in there, and then you get to pull your drive shaft out. That's the one thing I didn't mention. You're going to need this one, the 1.25" for me. It might not be what it is. It might be a 32mm, or I don't know. Yeah. Let's see exactly where we're at. That's pretty tight fit, guys and gals. That's what I use. Yeah. Got an adapter on it. Takes it from 3/4 inch down to 1/2 inch. Same thing on this side. That's where we're at. I'm going to bust these out of there and pull this out. Push that stud out of that ball joint. And I'm just going to pick this up, drop it back, push the drive shaft out of it. That one's kind of stuck. But yeah, kind of phase 1, part 1 that I stopped here to show exactly the direction I'm going, where we're all at, where my parts are at. I got my battery parts, my air filter parts in one can, and I'm going to get all these bolts in this can right here, and then I'm going to go get a fresh can for my bolts on the transmission. And we're going to hang our engine holder up here on this thing, and it's really hard on this one. But we're going to get it up there, and we're going to get it latched to this engine somehow. And hold the engine up, and next part's going to be hopefully the transmission laying on the ground. God bless from 405.